Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm back sharing with you a second-hand finds haul. I haven't done one of these in the new house, I don't think. It's been a really long time, so a lot of this stuff is collective. I say I've been getting this stuff since probably we moved in, so like a good 3 months, and to be honest there's not really that much. I find over the Christmas period charity shops are really rubbish and just not great at all. I don't know why, but I just struggle to find things. So it's collective over, like I said, a couple of months. It's not actually that excessive, to be honest. I've had a lot worse in a lot shorter amount of time. So I'm just going to sit down and go over the things I've got. It consists of the normal things. So I've got books for myself, books for P, DVDs, games, and then a few little extras for me. I haven't got any clothing this time or anything for the house. So, books for P. You all know how much I'm obsessed. Yeah, it's not even like a love, it's an obsession of children's books. I just can't help myself, and recently I have really scaled it down. I haven't been buying as near as much as I have just because she doesn't need it. And I've been finding my habits changing as well when it comes to charity shops. If a paperback book that I liked used to be £1, I used to buy it, whereas now I won't buy it at all, and I mainly try and get cheap books or books that are in a deal. So two like expensive ones that have been £1, but I thought they were good value for money, were these two Peppa Pig ones. So they're bind ups, which I really like. So we've got a couple of duplicates, but I got them at two different charity shops at two different times. So I got this one for P first, and this is Peppa's Treasury of Tales, 6 books in one. And this one has Plays Football, Peppa's First Glasses, George Catches a Cold, Dentist Trip, Nature Trail, and School Bus Trip. I actually had the paperback version of School Bus Trip, but that has gone in my charity donation pile because we obviously don't need it. So that is what is in that one, and that was £1. And there's nothing wrong with it. No drawings, no scribbles. I have found some bind ups since which have just been drawn in, so I've had to leave them. But yeah, I really like those. So now the thing with me is, because I've got such a collective personality, if I were to start collecting these in softback and I've got loads of them, then I won't buy the bind ups, and I don't have the space for like 15-20 softbacks. So now I've got the bind ups, this is the way forward. So I won't buy Peppa books now if they're on their own, unless it's one that P really wants. So we've got that one. And then I also got this one, which is slightly smaller. I don't understand why they're not all the same size. It's another thing that really gets on my nerves. It's by the same publisher, it's by Ladybird. Why are they two separate sizes? And this is just Peppa's Story Collection. Again, 6 books in one. Peppa Pig's Family Computer, Sleepover, Fair, George's First Day at Playgroup, Football, and Sports Day. So the only duplicate I've got is Football, which I don't think is too bad. So yeah, that was £1 as well. So £1 for all of those I thought was a bargain. And it's Peppa's Christmas, and she's never had like a brand new Peppa Pig book like this before. Has she? No, she hasn't. So we always get these ones from the library, so I wanted to get her that one. She likes these ones. These are like the perfect size of a bedtime story for her, so I got that one. And then the other day I actually found this one, which is Peppa's Christmas Wish. I could potentially hold off and given these to her as in next year's book advent. Not next year, 2019. I'm filming it in 2019, but I just can't get my head around saying this year. For book advent I could potentially give this to her, but I feel like she's in her Peppa Pig prime right now, so I don't know if she's going to be into it when she's 4 as much as she is now. And this is basically one that she's got a DVD episode of when they go and visit Father Christmas. So I don't like this one as much. This one's slightly weird. This is more of a story, whereas this has got weird things in it. But yeah, so she's got 2 Peppa books, and this one was from, in Norwich in the city, we have a thing called an honesty library, which I love. It's like an empty shop. It's in the Castle Mall, and it's like an empty unit in the shopping centre, and they've put bookshelves in full of paperbacks, which you'll see I've got some from there, and children's books, and you go there and you swap a book. So say I didn't want this anymore, I would take that in and then go and take something else, or you can donate some money. When I went to the Honesty Library, I also picked this one up, and this is an Osborne First Experiences Going to School. This is quite an old style compared to ones that we've got on the shelf. But obviously with P starting school, I thought it would be something really good to have. I love the Osborne style books. I just think they're great. And along the school theme, I can't believe I found this. Topsy and Tim. It's the first and only time I've found a Topsy and Tim like this in a charity shop. I can't believe it. We are so almost done with collecting the books. I think we've got maybe like 5 more to get. I need to get the train one, hospital, get their eyes tested, sports day. There's a couple I need to get, which I'm on the hunt for. Hopefully I'll be able to find them at the car boot season. But yeah, Topsy and Tim Start School, which was just perfect. This was 50p. It's practically brand new. Again, it's relatable for P starting school. They're actually starting school as opposed to nursery. But we love Topsy and Tim in our house, so we've got that one. And then I also found these, which I wasn't going to get, but they were 50p, and they're the old style Topsy and Tim ones. So they don't actually have, they've only changed a couple, I say a couple, like 15, 20 Topsy and Tim old school books into the new format of book. So these ones don't exist in this format. Does that make sense? If you're a book collector, you'll know what I mean. So we've got Busy Builders and Old Shoes, New Shoes. So I was really excited to find these. They are a little bit loved, but they're also loved by us now. I picked up, really randomly, Noah's Ark. I thought this would be quite a good one to have. The charity shop I went into had a sale on because it was celebrating them being open for a year, so it was 50% off. So I got it for, I think I should have got it for 25p, but I got it for 30p, I don't care. And it's by Lucy Cousins, who does Maisie. And she doesn't have a Noah's Ark, and I thought her being at school, she might potentially be learning about Noah's Ark. Obviously the animals go in one by one and all of that. So I thought I'd pick that up and just put that away for when she's of the age that she starts learning about it at school. I really liked the style of it. I love Maisie, so I think P will really enjoy that when she learns about it at school. So we've got Noah's Ark. What else have I got? This little one, I forgot, I also got this one at the Honesty Library. This is Pooh's Snowy Day, and it's just lovely. It's a little Christmassy book, so I'm going to put this away for the book advent. She doesn't need it now, and it's quite long, so I think I'm just going to put that away for Christmas time. And then what else has she got? I've literally just saved all the best till last. I picked up, okay, I haven't got much more to show you. I picked up this one, which is really old, and I'm trying to find Six Dinner Sid. Ellie talked about it, and I looked at it when I went to her house, and I love that book after looking at it on her shelf, and I now want it. So this is The Cat Who Lost His Purr by Michelle Coxon. I really like this. I feel like I remember the cover from me being a child. My grandma might have read it to me. I can't remember, but I just really wanted it. So it's 50p. It's pretty immaculate, even though it's really old. No scribbles or anything. Just a really pretty old book about a cat that lost his purr and obviously wants it back again. Hopefully I'll be able to find Six Dinner Sid at some point, but again, this is going to go away for when she's older. I found these 2 books at a charity shop. They were 59p each. I really want to start this collection now, but I can't find these anywhere. Paddington at the Zoo and Paddington at the Palace. These are the perfect Paddington sized books. They are a bit long, but I just love the illustrations. They're so pretty. These came in a set, 100%. They don't have barcodes, so I was really annoyed that they didn't have the other ones on the shelf. But these are just so beautiful. She's got a couple of Paddington books, but they're just massive. So we've got Paddington at the Palace, and then the other one is at the Zoo. And they're just lovely. Really, really nice stories. Paddington keeps a sandwich under his hat, and the animals keep taking it off him. It's a funny book. So yeah, that's another collection that I want to start. Paddingtons. A couple of days ago, Neil found this one, we were in North Walsham and we found a Megan Mogg one. P doesn't actually have any Megan Mogg books, just because again, if I start a collection I'd like to finish it, and I just don't have the space for like 10 books. It's just the way I am. But we found this bind up, so this was 50p for 3, and it's Meg's Veg, Mog at the Zoo and Meg Up the Creek. I thought for 50p, why not? So they're really bright and colourful. I'll just try and flick through it for you. Really bright and colourful. Not really a story, it's more of a book that P will sit down and just look at herself, which is why again I didn't want to commit to a series or a collection, whatever. So I'm really happy to have found this one. I love the cover as well, it's so colourful. And then I've got two that I literally just lost my shit at finding in charity shops. I have been looking for these for so long and I couldn't believe I found it. Or found them, I should say. I feel so cheeky showing you these. If you're a book collector and a book lover like myself, I feel like there are key authors and key books that are just like gold dust. These are them for me. I literally can't believe I found these in a charity shop. So we've got The Baby's Catalogue by Janet and Alan Allberg. These are the author of Peepo, which I always see, Each Peach Pear Plum, again, which I always see there. The authors of all the classic children's books, and this is one that I have wanted since I was pregnant with P, but I never paid the price in WH Smith or Waterstones or on Amazon. It was always like £7 on Amazon or £6.99, yeah, which is something I didn't want to pay. And then I found it brand new in a charity shop for 50p. Bit young for P now, but I just love it. So we sit there, because I remember doing it at school, which is why I've always wanted it for P. I always sit there and we go through it and P tells me what they are and what they're doing and actions and things like that. But I say, I want the rattle, and she's like, my favourite's the doll, and I say, well, I like the ball, and we go, I just like picking my favourite. I know it's a really weird thing, but it's something that I enjoy doing. And then, what's your favourite high chair? What would you have for breakfast? Like, you make up your own little story. Just the illustrations are just beautiful. I've always been a fan of Janet and Alan Allberg, like the little cups. It's just, I couldn't believe it. I literally squealed in the charity shop. You know what, I think I found this and the Topsy and Tim one at the same time. That was a good day, really good day. And then, just before Christmas, I found this for 30p. Again, this to be fair, in Sainsbury's it's only like £6.99, but I say only, that's bloody expensive for a book. Like, I just can't afford to do it. And then in WH Smith it's like £9.99, on Amazon it's always been really expensive. And I wasn't going to go into the charity shop, and I was like, no, sod it, I'm gonna go. And I found this for 30p. I would have paid £1, I would have paid £2. It's the older edition, the new one is now red, and again it's got an old publisher, Ted Smart. It's not a publisher anymore, I don't believe. But this one it's like it's never been read. A lot of the ones, I've seen a lot of Jolly Postman in charity shops over the years, and all of the ones are ripped from where the children have been ripping, getting the envelope out. If you're unaware, the Jolly Postman has a Christmas version, and then normally it's a Jolly Postman normal edition. And you basically have letters to fairy tale creatures. So in Baby Bear's one, there's like little cards and stuff, and you pop them back in there. And it's like a little rhyme, and the little postman goes on his travels and posts things, which is just, I just love it. So you've got different letter sections. This one's to Mr. Humpty Dumpty, and this one actually has a proper jigsaw, like a legit jigsaw. It's just, they're just the most magical books. I love them so much. To the Gingerbread Boy. It's just really cleverly done. What's this one? To Mr. Wolf. Can you see that? I am not going to let P have this potentially until she's 5, just because it's this really special book. So yeah, The Jolly Christmas Postman for 30p. Actually got these really cheaply. I think he actually got these at a car boot like the week before we moved house. So it shows how long we've had them and how long it's been since I did a video. Postman Pat, this is a 2-in-1, and this is the Giant Snowball and Magic Christmas. I think he got this for I think he said he got this for 20p and this for 20p as well. I know he got it for less than 50p a thing. He was saying how cheap and how lovely the woman was. So yeah, he got Postman Pat Christmas one. We love Postman Pat. And then he also got Ben and Holly 3-in-1. And then you've got the different DVDs. So you've got Holly's Magic Wand, Gaston's Visit, and the Tooth Fairy. And the Tooth Fairy one is one of P's favourite episodes. So we've got those. And then the other 2 DVDs that I've got, I managed to find up in a charity shop for £1. So my Pixar collection is almost complete now. I'm doing really well with the Pixars. I just need to find Ratatouille, but I can't find that anywhere. And then I've also got Pinocchio, which is weird. I obviously collect shiny DVDs. The shiny cover of Pinocchio is blue, so I'm not too bothered the fact that it's not a shiny edition. This is only £1, and I've watched this like for like the first 30 minutes. It's just weird. I don't get it. I've never seen it in my life. I don't feel like I'm gonna really be bothered if P watches this or not. It's like Jungle Book. I don't really rate Jungle Book. I don't like this. It was just bizarre. So I've got that anyway for if she ever wants to watch Pinocchio. I'm going to finish off what P's got just because I've only got a couple of games to show you, and then I'll move on to what I've got. 3 games to show you. 2 are quite a similar concept and 1 is not. So this one again I got in a charity shop in a sale. It should have been £1.50 and it was 50% off, so I got it for 75, but she only charged me 70p. And that is Pick and Mix People. This is age 3 to 7. It's definitely far too young for a 7-year-old. And you have 3 cards to make up a body, and you can mix and match them, so you can make them as they are or make up your own and do a story and things like that. So P really likes it. It's quite easy, but she enjoys that one. And then, like I said, I've got 2 that are pretty much the same concept, but these are her favourite games. We've had Scaredy Cat a lot longer. This one's great. So this was £1 in a charity shop. Again, all of her games and toys are by Orchard Toys. They're just the brand that I go for. I just love them. We don't have really any other Jigsaw's games or anything unless they're by Orchard Toys. Scaredy Cat is a game where you basically stack up all the cards and you have birds, and then you have like different number birds on the card. So it ranges from 1 to 6, different colours. And then you have 3 cats in there. If you pick up a cat, then they chase the birds away. So then you have to start again. So your pile goes underneath the stack, and then you start again. And then you have to make this little scarecrow. And once that's made, that means it's the end of the game. And then it's the person with the most birds or the most cards win. It all depends on how P wants to play it on the day. But yeah, that's Scaredy Cat. I highly recommend that one. That is age 4 to 10. P has obviously just turned 3 and she loves that. And this is from 2 to 6 players. It's a great game. Love it. And then the other one is Monster Catcher. Neil got this one the other day for £1.50. And the reason why he got it was, again, because P loves it so much. It's the same sort of concept, but you make monsters. If you get a monster catcher net, which is this one down here, then your monsters have to go into the middle. And then if you get this net here, the empty one, then you can steal the monsters from the middle, which could be from myself, they could be from Neil and P, and then you get them all, and then when you make the puzzle here, you're the winner. So again, same sort of concept. What age is this? 3+, 2 to 4 players. So that is Monster Catcher, and she loves those. The final game, which I say we only ever buy Orchard Toys, I got this because this is just a good classic game. It's sun damaged, as you can see by the back of the box, but that's not an issue for me. Headbands. P really likes this. She's not very good at describing things, obviously, because she's 3, but she likes using the cards as flashcards, and she finds it funny when we play. So I got headbands. It was only £1 from the charity shop, and if you aren't aware, you basically have bands on your head and you use like descriptive sentences to try and figure out what you are, like Do I live in water? Am I on the farm? Can you eat me? Because there's fruit and vegetables. Am I an animal? Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, we've got headbands and we just play it however we want to. So that is everything that I have got for P recently. I say recently, over the past 2-3 months at charity shops and car boots and stuff. Next is things for myself. So I'm just going to get my favourite thing out of the way. I have been really into my puzzles. I've done quite a few of them since I last went on like my puzzle mission. I'm now back on the puzzle mission of trying to find Wozjigs. Again, it's just who I am. Wozjigs are the only brands that I enjoy doing. I like having puzzles. If you aren't aware, Wozjig are a brand. It means jigsaw backwards. And this is the picture, but you don't make this. The puzzle that you do is what you're seeing. So what this woman's looking at and what she's shocked at is what you're making. So I love these. I learnt about these from my grandma, so it's just something that I really enjoy. So this is a Christmas version. This was quite expensive for a puzzle, considering I have got them for like £1.99, but it was £3, but it's a Christmas one. So it's number 8, and again that is what you can see. It's like in a department store. I think it looks really cool. But yeah, I was really happy to find that. The other day I just went on a mission with Neil. I was like, I need to find a Wozjig, and I found one. So I'm going to start selling some of the ones that I've got at a car boot when the car boot season starts. So it's the only extra thing I've got for myself other than books. So I just need to quickly run through the pile of books that I've got. Our Song by Danny Atkins. This is one of my favourite books I read last year. I have mentioned it in a video. I don't know the order of what my videos are going up, but I found this in a charity shop. It was £1.25. I wouldn't normally pay that, but I loved the book so much that I wanted it on my shelf. I never find Danny Atkins in any charity shop, so it was a rarity to find it. Leave me a comment below, let me know if you've read any of hers before. Really, really, really good book. A tiny little blurb. 4 people, 2 marriages, 1 fateful night to decide their past, present and future. I know it's not a lot to go off of, but try and read this. Normally on Kindle for 99p. So yeah, I got Our Song, and then I picked up 2 Lucy Diamonds. I didn't need these, but for the beauty of my shelf, I'm replacing old covers for new. I had this one already, but it was a very, very old and battered cover, so I wanted to replace it. Again, I got this in the charity shop when it had 50% off, which is why I got it, and I paid 60p for this. So it's Sweet Temptation, and I got this one, which isn't immaculate, but it's new. I just don't understand how people crack a spine so much. Like, literally, how do you get from this to this where it's like all bent? Like, what are you doing with your life? Like, I just don't get it. I have this in hardback. I got it in a charity shop last year. No, not even last year. Yes, I did. It was like springtime last year. I remember getting it. And I don't have any other hardbacks of Lucy Diamond. I knew that eventually when it came out in paperback and I found it in a charity shop, I would then resell the hardbacks. That's what I'm going to do. So this is Orange on a Beautiful Day. Again, why change the cover and like your font? This really gets on my nerves with authors. You have this, you redesign all your books like this, fucking keep it like this. Look, the font is different. I know it doesn't matter, but to book collectors like me, this is not this. I just don't get it. Stick to one design. Anyway, On a Beautiful Day, I'll turn it over so you can read the blurb because this video is very long. Are you going to focus? Come on. There we go. So yeah, I did start to read this actually when I got the hardback, and it was quite good, but I was reading 2 books at once. My brain couldn't cope with it. So I want to read that this year. I got a Kathy Bram. This was £1. This was her new release towards the end of the year, I think. I think she has 2 releases. I want to say she does one in the like spring and then one towards the end of the summer. I just had to go and sort of pee out with some fruit that she's not eating. Yeah, so this is the new one, Kathy Bramley's A Match Made in Devon. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't read a Kathy Bramley book in almost a year. I don't know why, I just went off them, I'm not gonna lie. but maybe I'll try again soon. You have to sort of read her books in order, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. It's the same with Heidi Swain. I know you sort of should follow them in publication order, which sort of puts me off. I'm not even going to read the blurb because it's too big and I can't be bothered for that. But that is what the blurb says. To be fair, she has, oh come on. So that is what the blurb says. She has the most beautiful covers. I have to give her that. So that is A Match Made in Devon. Let me know if you've read that. And then I've just got some random ones, I'm not going to lie. So I've got my first ever Linda Green. I picked this up because someone I follow on Instagram, Kelly, she watched my videos. I know she read this, I think. I swear she did. So my autofocus is not focusing at all. There we go. So this is my first ever Linda Green. This is battered, but I got this from the Honesty Library. I did £1 for 2. I thought that was a good donation, 50p a book. Who's That Girl by Mari McFarlane. I've got 2 of her books already. I haven't read them, but it sounded really good, so I wanted to give it a go. It's quite a big book. Edie thought she'd found the one until he told her he was marrying someone else. And on the day of his wedding, when he kisses her, life really does go pear-shaped. Labelled as a homewrecker and an office outcast, when her boss offers the chance to get out of town, Edie jumps at it, even though moving back in with her eccentric father and prickly sister isn't the escape she needs. When work throws her into the path of a rising star and heartthrob Elliot, Edie is expecting a highly strung diva, but their unexpected friendship develops. Elliot isn't the only one in the spotlight. Who's that girl? Edie's ready to find out. Sounds quite good. Sounds like quite an easy read. Just got 3 like sort of young adult ones and then that's it. I've got I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. This was £1 from a charity shop. This has been really, really raved about. It's quite an old book, I think, in like the book community, like YouTubers. 2015, so not too old. It says, Jude and her twin Noah are close until tragedy drives them apart. Now they are barely speaking and both falling for boys they can't have. Love's complicated. I know it's set in dual POV. And I think it's set past and then goes back to the future. I'm not 100% sure, but a lot of people that I watch or used to watch on BookTube loves this and raves about it. So I really, really wanted to give that one a go. So I'm going to do a little bit of research, but I might make one of these ones like the book club book of the month one day. So we've got that one. 2 sort of fantasy-esque books are these 2. So we've got Rebel of the Sands and The Night Circus. So Rebel of the Sands I see all the time in the library. It's a beautiful cover. It was 50p and it was brand new in the charity shop, which is why I picked it up. I don't know if it's going to be something that I'm going to enjoy. I struggle with fantasy, I'm not going to lie. But again, it's something that I really want to try and get into. So this is Alwyn Hamilton's book. Then the final one I got, I don't think I'm going to read it, which is quite bad considering I've only just got it. But it might be a little bit old for me, as in set way back when as opposed to present day. This is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. I got this because I loved Caravel by Stephanie Garber, and I feel like this is going to be the next best thing, but I don't know if I should really want to read something that's similar or has tropes that are the same, because I'm going to compare it to Caravel and I loved that so much. So I don't know whether my thought process of buying this was great or not, but this is an immaculate condition, spine's not cracked, you all know how I feel about that. This is £1. I've never seen it before in a charity shop, which is why I picked it up. Released in 2011, so quite an old book. And this says, the circus arrives without warning. Again, very similar to Caravel. No announcements precede it. It is simply there when yesterday it was not. Doesn't really give you much to go by. It is set in olden days, because the first one is set in 1873. And then further along in the book, I'm not reading it, I'm just skimming the top, 1902. So it is set in olden days. I've never read like a historical fantasy book before, so that's really out of my comfort zone. That is everything that I have to share with you today. I really hope you all enjoyed this haul. I'm sorry I haven't done one for such a long time. I'm sure when car boot season picks up you'll see a lot more of them from me. But being honest, I don't really need a lot. I'm not going to start buying things for the sake of it. I always pick up the same sort of things, but I hope you all enjoyed it all the same. I'm now going to go. Comment below, answer the questions I've left in the video. I can't remember what I've said, but I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.